The Philadelphia Church of God's new radio station, KPCG LP, begins broadcasting today. This moment follows years of dreaming and planning and weeks of preparations, from applying for a license, to raising an antenna, to selecting and recording content.
We've been interested in obtaining our own radio station for years, if not decades, knowing that the Worldwide Church of God had a radio station they used for PYC in the college. That's always been of interest to us.
The staff has tried to obtain a low-power license before.
They're rare. They're very rare. They're hard to get. And they're hard to get because there's only so much spectrum. I was surprised that we got this. I think it's nothing short of a miracle.
The PCG put in an application to the Federal Communications Commission for the station in October 2013. The license was finally granted on January 23, 2015.
About 2 years ago, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I let Mr. Stephen Fleury know that the FCC had opened up an available frequency in our area that we could apply for if we were still interested. We contracted with a professional to help us make our application and filed the application expecting an early notification, but about 14 months passed before we were finally notified that we did receive the license.
Just looking at the circumstances under which we received the license for this radio station, it's pretty clear this was a miracle.
Colorado minister Robert Locher, a radio enthusiast for 60 years, organized the purchase of the equipment and traveled to Edmond in February to help install it.
We did purchase the best of the equipment, and I did confer with some people in the industry prior to the purchase of the equipment, and they all pointed me right directly to this particular piece of equipment, whether it would be the early alert system and or the actual transmitter and even the antenna.
Along with Imperial Academy teacher John Rambo, maintenance staff member Connor Brown installed the transmitting antenna at the top of an existing 70-foot radio tower by the Mail Processing Center.
I had John hold the very bottom of the pole, and then I had to get up on the top and just straddle the two legs of the antenna and just stand up there and stab the antenna pole into place. And it was windy. That was another concern. But it's just a good view. It's an unobstructed view because you can see down all the way around 360 degrees. And for me, it's enjoyable. I like heights, so I had fun.
KPCG LP is well placed on the radio spectrum to attract listeners.
And our frequency, 101.3, is slotted right between two major local stations. And so if people are scanning the dial, we're going to fall right in the middle there between two big local stations. So it's a really great spot that we've been given.
The broadcast will reach thousands of people living, working, and commuting in an area of 110 square miles.
It reaches about 60,000 people in this area.
The broadcast will also be available to stream live on thetrumpet.com.
There would be produced content that we felt was of sufficient quality that we would want to make it available on demand on the website.
The radio station will include content produced from the headquarters campus and possibly from PCG offices around the world.
Some will be produced over in England. A lot of it will be here from Edmond, but within the Edmond campus, there'll be production probably all over the campus. If classes are recorded, most of them will be in the Barbara Fleury Memorial Hall where the classes are given, or potentially another classroom that's used. Things can be recorded right here, things can be recorded over in the actual TV, or the actual radio studio. People can record in their own offices now because the setups are pretty good, and a lot of people can use good microphones and use their computers to record. So it's going to be really all over the world in a sense, and certainly on the headquarters campus, it'll be produced all over the place.
KPCG LP will air a variety of programming.
A typical day of radio programming might include a Key of David program, Trumpet Daily, some classes that have been given here at the college or at the academy, some music. There could be some content from overseas, from the campus in England.
The PCG staff plans to produce programs to fill 24 hours of broadcasting.
We do plan to produce more content that would be unique to the radio, taking advantage of some of the things that some of the work that we've done for other mediums and packaging it for radio and video.
The radio station is an unexplored medium for spreading the same message.
Mr. Fleury told us that the human voice is a lot more powerful than the written word. There's a lot that you can accomplish with the human voice that you can't accomplish through articles. One thing that Mr. Fleury mentioned in that meeting is he really feels like this is an open door.
What we're hoping to do from the start is to try to produce some original content, at least every week, maybe a couple of different program ideas, possibly to do something that's kind of newsy slash like a Bible study for part of it as well, maybe in a daily way. And we've kind of just tossed around a lot of ideas here at the start on how that we can put together content for the radio and then also get some double benefit out of it by using some of the material for TV programs or videos that we produce. There's quite a few people that have a lot of really good ideas, but I'm sure, like everything in the work, it'll start small and then just hopefully grow from there.
The licenses have been obtained, the equipment is ready, the content has been selected, the recording has begun. Starting today, 101.3 KPCG goes live.